Hey there, I'm Dr. Angela Loria, the author incubator, and today I have a very, very special guest for you. Teri Dale is the author of I Refused Chemo 7 Steps to Taking Back Your Power and Healing Your Cancer. Teri,
I know.
what a journey you have been on over the last couple years. I Refused Chemo. I assume your book is about refusing chemo.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, right?
People had to think you were crazy. What does this mean, I refuse chemo? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, my book is about my personal journey in being diagnosed with cancer, and the biggest part for me was even getting cancer. I've been in the health and fitness industry for 20 years.
Well, you clearly did it wrong.
So, right? Well, it just goes to show you that somebody like me can get cancer, and stats now are 1 out of every 3 women are going to get cancer in 2018. So when I got cancer, I was just like devastated, first of all. But knowing what I know about the body and being in it, I just had to, I knew in me I had to figure out a way to fight this holistically. I didn't want to put poison in my body.
Okay, let's go back.
Yes.
You get diagnosed with lymphoma.
Yeah.
I know what lymphs are.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's cancer in your lymph nodes.
It's a blood type of
blood
cancer.
cancer.
Yeah.
How did you get diagnosed with it, by the way? Were you?
Yeah, so I was, I explained it all in my book, but I was driving and I all of a sudden was looking in the mirror because I was going to go to celebrate my parents' anniversary, and I noticed a big lump in my neck.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, oh, it's probably just, swollen gland or something.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short is I found out it was lymphoma after 2 surgeries.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. That's
After 2
Yeah,
surgeries.
they did 1 surgery and they removed the wrong gland.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah. So my whole story is just I'm not very confident in the medical system when it comes to oncology. So my story really breaks down kind of the myths behind, most oncologists and most doctors think that holistic is a joke.
Yeah.
And they don't believe in it. They don't think there's any scientific.
Well, but this is what I want to get to, because there's a moment when you get diagnosed that I think for most people who maybe eat kale, like people who maybe run spin classes, right?
Yeah, right?
That they think, oh, I'm going to, if I ever got sick, I would go the alternative way. And then like a doctor in the coat says you have cancer and we need to do chemo. Yeah. And most people at that point will say, okay, let's do, like, save me. Like, let's do it.
That's all that they know.
Right.
And they're scared. When you get told you have cancer, it's like you've like this blow.
Somebody took a baseball bat.
It's terrible. It's the most unbelievable emotional roller coaster. So the only option that that's out there is chemo and radiation. But because of my history and what I do with working with clients and helping clients with many diseases, I just knew that there had to be another way. And I never had to research cancer before because I've never had cancer in my family.
Right, like I didn't even know what lymphoma is. Like if a doctor said you got to do chemo, I'd be like, oh, I guess I got to do chemo.
Yeah. So what I did is I really took out the confusion for people. I really tried to dumb it down because it's very confusing. When somebody gets diagnosed with cancer, they think right away they got to do chemo and radiation, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what steps to take. So I really tried to just say, hey, let's slow this whole process down, learn about your situation, really learn.
How did you do that for yourself? Did you have a coach? Did somebody help you? Or
Well, I had to become my own client because I've been doing this for, a long time. And so I just had to sit back. I had to take myself out of the equation basically and say, okay, I got to pretend I'm my own client. I got to figure this out. I got to really learn. That's what I do for everybody else.
Well, so this is what I want to talk about. So you've said you've worked in health and fitness for quite some time. Tell me about your business, but also how you knew the human body well enough that you thought you could refuse chemo and live, which you've clearly beautifully done.
Yeah, thank you. So I have been coaching clients for over 15 years. I'm a functional diagnostic nutritionist, as well as a health and wellness coach. And I've just been helping women for years to lose body fat. So I deal a lot of women who have obesity issues and diabetes, fibromyalgia. So all throughout these years, I've been able to help them through nutrition and through other supplements and lifestyle.
So when somebody comes to you and they want to lose weight, very often I know there are comorbidities, there are other things at play. Maybe it's thyroid issues, maybe it's whatever. what have you found or learned about food or exercise that applied to cancer, which seems...
Oh, it's a great question. And so, like I shared earlier, I've been in this a long time and I thought I was eating right and I thought I was doing things right. But there's so many other things in addition to just food that are causing our bodies to, our immune system to be suppressed. So basically, what cancer is a suppression of your immune system. Your immune system is what kills cancer cells. So there's many things that suppress your immune system. It's not just bad eating bad. Although eating bad is GMOs and all that is probably number one. But there's also other things like hormones and stress, and environmental toxins. And my book talks about all of that, and it really breaks it down because what I wanted to do is I really wanted to break it down for people so that it was simple, but yet it also made them look at another option.
Because this is the thing
so scared.
that I would say
Yeah.
is so powerful about your message. It comes through in your story, and I don't know if it was like informed by your clients, but the thing you have I've never seen in anyone else is the confidence from day one that you knew how to heal your body.
Angela, I didn't want to lose my hair. I didn't.
Well, at least we had priorities.
I didn't want to look sick. I didn't want to suffer in pain. I run a business. I'm a coach. I didn't want people to see me in pain. And that might, it may sound a little vain, but it's not, but it is, But I didn't want to live a quality of life that was sick. I didn't want to be sick. Why do you have to get sicker to get better? Why do you have to get more sick,
God, it's such a brilliant message, but there's so many competing messages, and it's not
fear. It's fear. People, when they get diagnosed, they don't think they have any other options. So my book is just all about, whatever you decide to do, there's two things you need to do first. One is slow down. When you get diagnosed, slow down. Read my book, first of all. Read my book first before you make any decision, because it breaks it down for you. And you need to slow down the process, because when you make a decision based on fear and anxiety and stress, you will do whatever anybody tells you to do. And that's not what you should do.
Right.
Because, you have to really think about it and you have to research both sides. And then if you research both sides and you decide you want to do one way or the other, that's your decision. But I just have a solution that works. It worked for me. 9 months, it was gone. Clean PET scan. My oncologist was blown away.
Yeah.
She was like, wow, But
I think that's what's happened with so many of your clients is that they can borrow your clarity and confidence. I know for me, when I read nutrition and medical stuff, my brain accidentally turns off. Like I can't. It's like,
complicated. It's complex. I really try to dumb it down in this book.
That's the thing. I think that when the people who've worked with you, you have some pretty amazing results that you've gotten from people. It's that we can just borrow that from you. If you're not good at reading medical stuff, understanding nutrition, it feels all like science class to me. I'm just like, especially if I'm like stressed and worried at the same time trying to read it, having you and your confidence and your clarity, it's such an amazing gift that you put out there for people.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, I just want to take the confusion out for people. When they're in that kind of a state, they're so stressed out, they don't even know what to do next. They don't know what the first steps are.
Yeah.
So this book talks about what they can do before they make a decision either way.
Love it. And it's not a very long read.
No.
A couple hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Believe me, you have time before you make any decisions to read this book. It's Teri Dale's I Refused Chemo, 7 Steps to Taking Back Your Power and Healing Your Cancer. Teri, sharing your story is such a gift. I know people can read a lot more of it. They can find your book on Amazon. If they want to connect with you, what should they do?
They can go to my website. It's teridale.com. And they can go to I Refuse Chemo book. Also, they can find the book on both locations. But
fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your message. If you know someone who has been recently diagnosed and they need some hope and some alternatives, make sure you share this book with them. Thanks so much for being my guest today.